Hello, hey. Sorry, having some technical problems. I decided to come on at the last minute, so I'm really not as prepared as normal. Check out the bedhead. But I saw a discussion happening online, and I thought it was important for me to put my 2 cents in. And that is about reusable plastic straws. It seems to be the latest trend in environmental, activism or whatever for companies, cities, states to start banning reusable plastic straws. And the intention behind this is good because the thinking is let's start with something small that people can live without. And so then that will help us get more people to avoid using plastic when it's not necessary. That's a great motivation, but here's the problem. Straws are not something that everyone can just live without. And that thinking is called ableism. It's kind of like racism, but it's about people with disabilities. Not meaning that you hate them, but you just don't consider what they need, what I need, when you're thinking about what people need. So the way this was rolled out was very dismissive of anyone who needs a straw. Let me show you an example, okay? This is my shake here. In order to swallow this without a straw, I have to be able to tilt my head back. Now, I can do it with my head down, but I have to, like, forcefully swallow several times, and some people can't do that. Yeah, that's not the best way to drink. Some people can't tilt their head up. So when those people hear something like we're going to ban plastic straws because they're not important anyway, and this will be a good place to start as a symbol, that really dismisses their experience. And I know it's not intentional, but that's the problem. Because if people with disabilities were more represented in organizations that were making these kinds of decisions, then they would be able to speak up and say, hey, you know what? Maybe instead of calling it a ban, let's start a program that just encourages people to not use a straw if they don't need to. Because, the other thing is Starbucks, for example, has stopped giving out straws, but instead gives out a cup. What do you think has more plastic in it, the cup or the straw? I mean, the lid. The lid or the straw? Which do you think has more plastic in it? Plastic straws account for about 0.03% of the plastic waste that's in the ocean. So in terms of environmental impact, it's practically nothing. In terms of impact to people who rely on being able to drink through a straw, it's huge. So when you see people are upset about this, that's why. And here are some of the comebacks that I've heard from able-bodied people. Well, you can bring your own straw. Okay. Well, that... Why? Why should I have to do that, first of all? Or, have a reusable straw. Get yourself a reusable straw, and then you take it with you to restaurant. How are you going to clean a straw if you don't have good muscular control and you can't get a little brush inside the straw to make sure it's all clean. I wouldn't trust a restaurant to give me a straw and think that it had been cleaned. I worry about the glasses sometimes. And again, that's just like pushing it back on the person with the disability. It's like, well, okay, you deal with it. It's your problem. When no, actually, a better way would be, straws are available upon request. However, think about the impact. Do you need a straw? If you do, please ask, and we'll gladly provide one. If not, go without. It's just a mindset that I want people to start thinking about, because it doesn't seem like a big deal. I know. But it is. It's another reminder to people of an obstacle. And I'm kind of sensitive to that right now, honestly, because my doctors have told me that I need to use my wheelchair kind of all the time. I haven't been using it in the house. I've been walking with my cane, but I have fallen a couple of times. Luckily, I haven't hurt myself, but as my doctor says, that luck will run out, so I'm using the wheelchair in the house. Now, I'm compensating for that by walking more on the treadmill. All right, so I have a treadmill with bars that I can hold on to, and I can't go very fast, but at least I'm, using my leg muscles and those joints and stuff, because, sitting is one of the most unhealthy things you can do. So I am adding more of that walking to compensate, but it's been frustrating. I mean, using the wheelchair is a constant reminder that I just can't walk right. And I shouldn't complain, because most people in wheelchairs have it a lot worse than I do, and I know that. But that doesn't make it any less frustrating. So that's been on my mind this week. Just thinking about, yesterday was Comfort the Lonely Day. And I was thinking about people like me who sometimes don't fit in because we need accommodations, and we don't feel comfortable saying, "Hey, I need all of you to accommodate me." But I also deserve to be a part of a social life. So, it's confusing, and anything we can do to lessen that is what I'm after. All right, so I'm kind of babbling now, not even about straws. But, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. So, until we meet again, be good to each other. Bye.